Hi, I'm Starborn. Remember, to be a star, you have to shine your own light, follow your own path, and not be afraid of the darkness, because that's when stars shine brightest. If you've been looking at our website, starborninstitute.org, you would know that the title of tonight's show is A Second Chance. And the reason why you might be able to benefit from a second chance right now is because there are a lot of planets in the water signs right now, enabling all of us to better understand not only our own feelings, but other people's as well. So there could be a lot of empathy and sympathy going on right now. And the planets will continue to build up in water signs until there are actually 7 of them in water signs by the new moon in March in Pisces. But for right now, the reason why there can be a second chance can also have something to do with the direction of the planets. Right now, Saturn is going retrograde in Scorpio, but by Saturday there will be 2 planets. Mercury will go retrograde in Pisces. These 2 planets trine each other, which is good, but they'll both be going backward. Mercury is the planet of thought. Saturn is the planet of stability. And so there is the possibility that when people begin to rethink something or re-examine how they feel about something, a second chance could occur. In other words, if you have been denied something, there is the possibility the second time around will get you what you want. Or there is the possibility, if people have not been listening to you about things, that now they will review facts and things will add up a little bit differently, and now maybe you will have a hope or a wish come true, which is good. The 6 planets that are in water signs are the Sun and Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, which are both in Pisces and both at the same degree, the 3rd degree. There are 2 other planets in the sign, though. There's Mercury and Mars in Pisces as well, and they too are conjunct because Mars is at 15 degrees and Mercury is at 20 degrees. And so that simply means that there can be a lot of frantic discussions and rethinking things behind the scenes. There can even be people that are rather angry behind the scenes. But if you want to make a wish come true, which is a little bit what Neptune rules, or if you want to, if you're wishing for a miracle, this is a time when, as long as you're not doing anything wrong, or you're not hurting yourself, or you're not hurting anybody else, this is a time when a second chance could result in some sort of miracle or wish coming true, because those 4 planets in Pisces trine the moon today in Cancer. The moon rules Cancer, so it is very strong there, but it's at the 13th degree of Cancer, and that is the exact degree of the United States sun. In other words, on the 4th of July, the sun is at 13 degrees of Cancer, where the moon is today. 13 is a critical degree, so our feelings can be heightened, and yet we can be very true to them. The moon rules women, and it rules the home, and it rules mothers, it rules the family, it rules family traditions actually, and it rules what's good for the masses. So the 4 planets in Pisces are being trined by the moon in Cancer and also by Saturn in Scorpio. Since Saturn is retrograde and Scorpio is a financial sign, it simply means that there could be some money that had been delayed for a while in the form of an inheritance or grants or insurance proceeds or even a credit problem or a tax problem that hadn't been working out, that you now may get a second chance to review, and maybe things will go right now. And that is because these 6 planets all beautifully trine each other, which is wonderful. Communication is still going really well right now too, and that can lead to a second chance. And that is because Venus is in Aquarius and it is still trining Jupiter in Gemini, which can promote harmony and good collaboration and even excellent partnerships right now. Another unusual thing is happening which can result suddenly in a second chance, and it is that Uranus, that planet of sudden change and genius and things ahead of their time is at the 7th degree of Aries, which is the sign of new beginnings. And it is precisely sextile Jupiter in Gemini, which is also at the 7th degree. 7 is a number of mystery, and it rules the sign of Pisces. And so this can be a time when there can be a sudden breakthrough, which can result in a second chance for you. But the reason for the sudden breakthrough could be a little bit mysterious. So if you suddenly get a chance to go forward on something that had been denied before, don't ask too many questions about how that all came about. Just go ahead and take a chance on something if you can. All right, what does this second chance mean to all 12 of the sun signs? Well, Aries, for you, I think that you can be involved in some sort of sudden breakthrough, or if there is some very good communication flowing now, you could be interested in it, and maybe that could lead to a second chance or a second offer for you. And the reason why is that Jupiter in Gemini is very well aspected. Venus in Aquarius is trining it. And it is exactly, precisely sextile Uranus in your sign, Aries. And that simply means you could hear through conversation, which is what Gemini rules, about some sudden opportunity, or by just keeping your ear to the ground and finding out what other people are talking about, you may see a door open and be able to swiftly go through it right now. So yes, you could get a second chance on something, Aries. And if you do, don't ask how it came about. Simply try to go for something very suddenly. It could involve a trip, it could involve the chance to go back to school and study something, or it could simply be that there is a new endeavor that's ahead of its time, and you may be included in that for one reason or another. You may not know the whole reason why, but you could still be included, and that could be exciting. Okay, what does it mean to a Taurus? Well, Taurus, I think that this is a time when, yes, everyone should be getting a second chance, but I'm not so sure, Taurus, that you will be included in future plans, and that is because Venus is still in Aquarius. It's in late degrees now. It won't be staying there, but it is squaring your sun, Taurus, and that simply means that I think that you will be excluded from any new plans that are being made right now because somebody is going to sort of bypass you. And yet that could still be all right with you, Taurus, because Uranus in Aries is right behind your sun sign, and it's at 7 degrees. And Jupiter in Gemini is also at 7 degrees, and it's right ahead of your sun sign. So something that happens very swiftly in an unexpected way or a surprising way behind the scenes, Taurus, could prompt you to make a rather fortunate change right now. What could it be? You could go on a short trip for a good reason because of some surprising event that has happened behind the scenes in your life. Or it can simply be that something opens up really quickly and you can go ahead and follow through on it. Even if it's only temporary, it would tend to make you feel good, Taurus. So I think there is the possibility that you can change a little bit in your life easily, and that would be rather refreshing for you. But as far as being included in long-term plans that have to do with new endeavors, I don't think that someone is going to put you on the team, Taurus, and that is because they're interested in using people with other talents rather than the kind that you have. It doesn't mean that you're not a successful person. It simply means that they're going after people with a different skill set right now. Okay, what does it mean to a Gemini? Well, Gemini, this is wonderful for you for two reasons. And that is why I think there is a second chance coming your way, Gemini. One of them is that Jupiter is at 7 degrees, and so is Uranus. They're exactly sextile each other, meaning a sudden new start can happen very, very quickly. And you are a person that would be in the right place at the right time and able to accept a sudden offer, which would be great. On top of that, Venus in Aquarius is trining that Jupiter in your sun sign, and that simply means that you would sort of be in the know right now. you would be quite aware of things that are going on or what the talk is around you, and you would be able to benefit from that as well. So whether you're going from full-time to part-time, or from temporary to full-time, or whether you're deciding to change your life a little bit, you're going to be very successful at that. So I think a second chance at something is definitely coming your way somewhere in your life. It could even be in the realm of a real estate matter as well. Lucky you. Okay, what does it mean to a Cancer? Well, Cancer, there's definitely a lot of strength in your sign right now, which you can probably really be enjoying. And the reason why is because the moon is in your sign today at 13 degrees, which is a critical degree, and it's very strong there, and it's your ruler. But it is being backed up by the stability of Saturn in Scorpio and by all 4 planets in Pisces, the Sun, Neptune, Mercury, and Mars, which are also trining your Sun. So you are in the driver's seat right now, Cancer, and that simply means that if you've got your mind focused on your family and on your home or on a real estate matter, all of those issues should be going very well. And if there is a second chance coming to someone, I think it can be you that is deciding to give someone a second chance, which would be nice. It may be that someone wants to make a change behind the scenes, which can be very good for them. And even if you haven't thought about it or it isn't your idea, you can be deciding perhaps to give them a little bit of money for that, or there can be some approval now that is required, and you can help them with that as well. So I don't think that you need a second chance, Cancer, but you might be the person that's giving someone else one of those instead. And then that would be wonderful because it would make everyone happy, including you. Okay, what does it mean to a Leo? Well, Leo, this is simply a time when I think you're going to have to make your own breaks. And by that, I mean that your sun sign does trine Uranus in Aries, which is being beautifully fortified by Jupiter in Gemini, and Jupiter is sextiling your sun sign. So there can be some new start that occurs rather suddenly, perhaps for a mysterious reason. Maybe not everyone's going to understand the motivation behind it, but it could open up a new chance for you or a second chance for you, Leo, and I hope you just jump at it, because that is a very good aspect, having Uranus in a good position with Jupiter and trining your sun. The reason why I think you really need to jump on the bandwagon and get going in a new direction, Leo, is because Venus is still opposing your sun sign in Aquarius. And so that simply means that other people have been sort of hogging the spotlight and getting a lot of attention for their new innovative ideas, and you have more or less been sort of sitting there waiting for things to change. And now there is the opportunity for you to go in a new direction, and it doesn't matter where it leads, Leo. It's only important that you go into action and that you try a little bit harder to start something new, because otherwise, I don't think there's enough money where you are, or you can be in a stagnant position, and that is because Scorpio in Saturn in Scorpio, which is extremely well aspected right now, is strongly squaring your sun, and Venus is opposing it. So there could even be some element of betrayal going on right now, but everyone is eligible for a second chance. I just think you're going to have to sort of reach for yours, Leo. Okay, what does it mean to a Virgo? Well, Virgo, this is a time when I think that you can be up against it a little bit. And the reason why is that there are those 4 planets in Pisces, and they all oppose your sun. So that means the Sun, Neptune, Mars, and Mercury, your own ruler, are opposing your sun, and Jupiter in Gemini is squaring your sun. That's 5 planets of mutable signs that are all making harsh aspects to the other 2 mutable signs, yours, Virgo, and Sagittarius. And that simply means that people who are usually quite agreeable are not being very agreeable right now. They can be in a challenging frame of mind, or they can be sort of overdoing something. What I think the opposition of the planets in Pisces to your sun sign means is that there can be people that are a little bit out to get you right now, Virgo, or they can be trying to trick you in one way or another, or they can certainly be very deceptive. And what you need to do is stay away. And so Virgo, a second chance for you isn't so important right now. Safety is the main issue for you, and that is why you need to really stay away from anyone who seems to be provocative or quarrelsome. And for that reason, I think that you should try to withdraw as much as you can, and don't make yourself a target of anything right now. Really try not to stand out. If somebody comes along and says, gee, you've got to participate, or you've got to sign something right now, or you'll miss a good deal, if it was a good deal, it would still be available weeks or months from now, Virgo. So don't be in a rush for anything, because if you rush too much right now, you are going to pay for that and be miserable. So this is simply a time sort of to shut down if you possibly can, for safety's sake. Okay, what does it mean to a Libra? Well, Libra, you can certainly be enjoying the spotlight right now, because Venus in Aquarius is trining your sun, and Jupiter in Gemini is also trining your sun. And so that sort of makes you the apple of everyone's eye right now, Libra, and communication can be flowing very easily. So if there is a second chance around somewhere, it may be in the realm of a partnership offer, or of being able to do something in a collaborative way with somebody else. Maybe an idea that you had before and wasn't being listened to, or was being disregarded in some way, could, upon second examination, be something that people really are interested in right now. That's entirely possible. And so you should sort of talk up your good ideas, or send out reminders and let people know that you are still interested in pursuing something, Libra, because I think if you ask for something right now, you will be accepted. And maybe it was a matter of timing or of budget. And actually, there can be some delayed money coming to people right now that could allow them a second chance. And that might be what's happening for you, Libra, because you're under wonderful aspects. Good luck. Okay, what does it mean to a Scorpio? Well, Scorpio, this is certainly a time when parents can agree, and when authority figures can give a stamp of approval to something that they may have denied before. And you might be involved in that, because Saturn is in your sign, Scorpio, and it is the planet of stability and authority. Or it can be, Scorpio, that money that had been delayed for quite a while, or a financial matter that had taken a long time to clear up, is finally cleared up, and that can be good and allow you a second chance at something. There's also the possibility that something that you have been involved with for a very long time has proven to be quite worthwhile in the long run, and you can be getting some recognition for your participation in that, which would be wonderful. But I would say, with the moon in Cancer trining your sun, there could be a real estate matter or a family matter that you would want to comment upon or give approval for, and this would be the time to do it. So you can be a big influence on other people's lives right now. And if there's a problem from the past that really needs to be cleared up, you could be the person that would be able to do that now based on your experience. So this is a very good time for you to be at your best, Scorpio. Good luck. Okay, what does it mean to a Sagittarian? Well, Sagittarius, just like Virgo, you got to be a little bit careful right now, Sagittarius, because the 4 planets in Pisces are squaring your sun, which means that if you decide to take up a sudden opportunity to try something new, and that would represent a second chance for you, I say go for it. However, if it means that you will be going back to bad habits from the past, I would say no, Sagittarius. And the reason why is that Mars in Pisces is squaring your sun, meaning there can still be some people around somewhere in your life, Sagittarius, who are not good for you, and you need to avoid them. Also, Gemini in Jupiter in Gemini is opposing your sun, and that simply means that other people can be communicating quite easily and perhaps leaving you a little bit out of the loop. And so you really need to start in any new direction right now, Sagittarius, even if it is short term, because it's aspected to work out better than you think. Even though there might be a mysterious reason for you to go in a new direction, I advise you to do it anyway. As long as you don't go back to the past, you're going to be fine. Okay, what does it mean to a Capricorn? Well, Capricorn, this is simply a time when you might be very, very surprised that the concentration is not going to be on you, or that when you want to say something that involves being well organized and having things planned and getting things scheduled just right, you might be surprised that nobody's listening right now, Capricorn. Why is that? It's because finally, even though there have been good planets in your sun sign, for instance, the new moon in Capricorn in your sun sign in January had 5 planets in your sun sign, you were certainly in control. But now there are planets in other signs which counter the power that you have. And in fact, they can downgrade it a little bit right now. That's why people wouldn't be listening to you. And the main planet is the moon in Cancer. It is very strong there, and it's at a critical degree, and it opposes Pluto in your sign. So other people are looking for a second chance. They're looking for better understanding and emotional sympathy. And so someone who is a rather motherly figure, or who is empathetic and sympathetic and very forgiving toward other people, is in a stronger position than you are right now. And so that is why, even though you can be well known for being frugal and watching the bottom line, people are not interested in the bottom line at the moment. What they are interested in is getting together and trying new things and forgiving and forgetting and overlooking a few things and just getting on with life right now. They're not interested in whether they can afford it. They just want to go for it anyway. And so I think you might be a little bit left out or ignored this week, Capricorn, but that's all right. I'm not saying change. I'm just saying you've got to get used to the fact that there are other things that are every bit as important as your power. And other people will be exhibiting their power now, and I think you're going to have to sort of step back and let them do that. Okay, what does it mean to an Aquarian? Well, Aquarius, this is still a wonderful time for you because Venus is in your sign, Aquarius, and not only does your sign rule the future, but Venus does rule charm and partnership and diplomacy and compromise. And so you can certainly be good at getting people to talk and discuss things, and you can even be very good at making deals or trying to get a contract signed right now, and it looks like that would be profitable for you and that it could go through. So if you're interested in any kind of a contract right now, I'd go for it if I were you and try to get it signed on the bottom line now if you can, because Mercury will go retrograde by Saturday and it will stay retrograde until March 17th, St. Patrick's Day. When it's retrograde, that's not a good time to sign a contract. So if you're trying to pursue something and wrap some sort of deal up, I would concentrate on that right now if I were you, particularly since Venus in your sign is trining Jupiter in Gemini, and that simply means you'd have delightful partners right now and that negotiations would go rather smoothly. So I hope you pursue that, because that could give you a second chance. Okay, what does it mean to a Pisces? Well, Pisces, this is a wonderful time for you. Not only are there 4 planets in your sign, Pisces, but your ruler, Neptune, is exactly conjunct the Sun today, and those 4 planets in your sign are being trined by the Moon, which is at home in the sign it rules, Cancer, and they're also being trined by Saturn in Scorpio. Remember I said that that means that parents and authority figures probably can review facts and agree on how to solve problems right now, and that would allow people to have a second chance because of their greater understanding and sympathy. This could really help you out of a tight spot, Pisces, because it simply means that people are willing to forgive and forget. And if there has been some sort of an injustice in your life, this is the time when you can get over it, and so can other people as well. There is also the possibility that some money that had been delayed could be coming to you, Pisces. It might be coming by the time of the new moon in your sign next month, or no later than this summer when Saturn goes direct in July. And so this is a time of great emotional support for you, Pisces. As long as you don't go back to anything that can hurt you or be self-destructive, you are going to be looking at a wonderful turning point in your life starting in March. And I think it will be all good for you. So congratulations on a second chance. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in. I want to remind everybody that this is an unusual time right now when there are so many planets in water signs reinforcing our feelings and helping us understand them. So we don't always have to be concerned with facts and figures. Sometimes it's just better for you to understand how you feel about others and also how you regard yourself right now. Because all of us can heal. That's what the water signs stand for, healing. So this is a time of healing and forgiveness and growth. So I wish all of you a happy opportunity for a second chance, because I think you can get one now. All right, thanks so much. Remember, you can look at the show anytime you want on our website, starborninstitute.org. Bye.